Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Unfortunately, I did try to stream yesterday, but had a player disappear about 45 minutes into the game, so we weren't able to finish it. There wasn't enough time to get another one going. But I'm playing an EIK WM France Deck G456 game with Bigfoot, Donba, and Luxor. All players who have been on the site for a long time. This opening pack is quite weak. There's nothing I'm really happy first picking here. Yeah, this is quite weak. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about Land Agent mostly. And then what are some cards that have some nice synergies if you pick them up early? Drawing Genius, Powerhouse, Businessman. Those all have pretty nice potential for synergies. Probably I just take Land Agent. It's the best card by a little bit. Alright, and then I see Landscape Gardener, so probably going to take Landscape Gardener, although Lady of the Manor is pretty strong. But I could always just go for the points myself. Thing I like about Landscape Gardener here is I play Land Agent, plow one field, go on Vegetable, play Landscape Gardener. I now have 2 vegetables in a grain zone for very little work. Yeah. I think Landscape Gardener is quite a strong card. I could even in stage 1 take grain, play Land Agent, and then play Landscape Gardener if I don't have any early game occupations. Get some really early crops that way and go for a crop feeding game. So I am keeping an eye on chat, so if you have any questions or comments or anything, please feel free. So I was at the Toronto FC game on Saturday night, and it was amazing. It was looking like it was going to be a 1-0 win for Toronto, but then DC scored with like 5 seconds left in extra time. So they went. It was a playoff game, so they went to extra time, and then in the first 15 minutes of extra time, they scored 4 goals in 15 minutes, which is just absolutely crazy for soccer. So yeah, it was very entertaining. Looking at this, I like Resource Dealer quite a bit. I think I like it better than Giant, and don't really see any reason to take anything else. Seed Seller is fine, but it's quite redundant with Land Agent, which already gives me grain. Carpenter's okay, Giant's okay. I think Giant is not that good if you're going to do 4 rooms. I think it's better as like maybe a 3-room card. I like Resource Dealer. I think it's pretty strong. Doe Academy says, I saw that game. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it was. It was great. Like we didn't even have time in the stands to come down from a goal, and like people would still be cheering and stuff, and then they go out and score another. It was awesome. Really awesome. Um, well, I think the best card here is probably Storehouse Keeper, but it's a little redundant with Land Agent. But it's I mean Land Agent's not the greatest source of grain. I think Prosecutor is quite fun, especially with a card like Resource Dealer in hand. It can make my majors quite cheap. Uh, this like if I hadn't picked up Resource Dealer, I could think about Wealthy Man. I have seen it used to quite good effect, and in fact, I think everything else in this pack is like medium enough that a Wealthy Man game might work. Yeah, Storehouse Keeper is nice, but not that sold on it. And then this pick, probably Powerhouse. Drawing Genius, maybe? I guess Drawing Genius with Land Agent is something, but that's a pretty early combo to come out. Yeah, I think probably Powerhouse is fine. And Mayor Candidate came all the way around, which is very surprising. This card is quite nice. The negative is very rarely relevant. Hey Midilal, hope you're doing well. And Giant came all the way around as well. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man, well I see Farm School, and this looks like a pretty excellent Farm School game, although I see Pumpkin Trellis, and let's be honest, the pick is Pumpkin Trellis. This card is ridiculously good. There's no question. This is like one of the most slam dunk first picks in the game. And especially while I have Land Agent and Landscape Gardener, I can achieve the 2 vegetable fields quite easily. Yeah. So my plan in the mid game has to be Land Agent play, Land Agent take on vegetable, and then Landscape Gardener for my 2 vegetables. Or should be. That's what it should be. And if I'm gonna Wealthy Man and my occupations are all gonna come late, then there is stuff to do there. Still not sure. Wealthy Man totally depends on what miners you get. That's a pretty important factor. So like a card like Clay Tablet is actually pretty good with Wealthy Man. Lets you play your occupations late. Gets another improvement out first. I think though I'm going to take Large Sun Hat. I already know that I want to get like 1 or 2 random fields early. So I think Large Sun Hat is actually going to be pretty reasonable. Dough is decent if you want an oven for later. Yeah, I'm not crazy about dough. It's fine. I think Large Sun Hat is probably a bit better. The read cost is a little annoying, but I already know I want to get a plow or 2. So. Doe recommends dough. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, and then so then I tried to play yesterday, and I didn't upload it to YouTube because we had a player disappear like 40 minutes into the game, which was too bad because I had kind of a cool combo. I wanted to see how it was gonna go. We were playing with some weird decks. I had this card. It cost a wood, a stone, and a grain, and you could pay 2 food to use 2 actions, which was pretty interesting. So if I want to do a Wealthy Man game, I should be taking Joy House. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you, Midilal. So Bread Machine is the best card. And if I think I'm going to do baking strategies, then Bread Machine's a good way to go. But I think I'm going to feed more with vegetables, considering I need 2 vegetable fields for pumpkin trellis. So I think what I do is I take gold metal here. I could take boundary stones as well. Boundary stones is playable. Like, gold metal is free. Scorched Earth. Playing round 3 or before. Whenever you build fences, 2 food for each additional pasture. If I didn't have a card like Large Sun Hat, I might consider it, but I do, so I'm not going to consider it at all. Stone Tongs is fine. Steamer's pretty bad. Flea Market and Night Bazaar are probably better than Stone Tongs, but with Wealthy Man, I want to increase my plate improvement count. And Stone Tongs sort of goes with Powerhouse, so... Yeah, Bread Machine is great, but I actually don't have like a great source of grain until later in the game. I think what I'd rather do is feed with a cooking hearth. I think that's the way I want to go. Hey, HIKLJ. Actually, Steamer's pretty bad. The conversion on Steamer is just like really, really low. And I like I said, I don't really have a great source of grain. Like Land Agent, the vegetable doesn't come out until later in the game, and I probably only want to go on vegetable once. So if I sow twice, that'll be enough for me to get a reasonable score for grain, but not if I try to bake a ton of grain. I think the direction I'd rather head in is I'd rather head in the direction where I'm making lots of vegetables and feeding them with a cooking hearth. Yep. Yeah, Midilal in stage 1. I agree. So Midilal saying I could play Land Agent, get a grain, then play Landscape Gardener. I agree. Yeah. That was what I was thinking about as well. Doe Academy says Wealthy Man just wants Reedstone food and SP spam. That is also true. I don't think I'd take Dolly's Mother here. Actually, maybe I do. Looking at Stone Axe, thinking that with Stone Tongs and Powerhouse, maybe I want to go on the stone space a little more. The other thing is, if I play Mare Candidate, it gives me ways to use this. Also, Resource Dealer can play the Stone Axe for free, but it would come pretty late in the game. I do have Trellis, yeah. So that saves me a ton of wood. Yeah, I guess I could take Dolly's Mother. If I want to go for a cooking hearth, and Fireplace is a reasonable start to the cooking hearth play. And then Doe came back, so I will take Doe. And this one, probably cheese fondue. Clay for a point. I don't imagine the effect will be too relevant, but if it is, nice. Dolly's Mother, with Dolly's Mother I don't think I need Pig Wallow, so. I don't think I'll have enough plow actions that I actually want to turn a plow into a fence action. Oh, Midilal saying, all players show 3 food now, except for me. I don't. I show 2 food. So we're trying to figure out if there's a way, if this means anything. I've never noticed this. Yeah, I'm still not 100% set on a wealthy man game. With large sun hat, I think I'm more likely to do it, and especially because I have a couple early game minor improvements. Like none of the so big thing with open up play by play. Okay. How when I took my 7th minor, it removed 1 food from my farm. So does that mean I'm going first? Wow. All right. So it looks like once you take your 7th, we've learned this now. Once you've taken your 7th occupation, then or 7th minor, then you get to know if you're start player or not. Huh. So you could actually draft late, wait and watch it and see if other people finish and they go first. That's crazy. I never knew that was a thing. Reedstone food start looks excellent. No reason to take wood when I have other stuff to do. So the one thing that's a little too bad, when the start player takes the 7th minor, it reports. Cool. One thing that's kind of cool to do is, like with Wealthy Men, usually you want to have some way of playing your occupations without using an action. Like, I wish I got Clay Tablet back. But you know what? Giant actually helps me play occupations, because I can play Giant and then double the Giant action. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure with Giant I can double the occupation action that I use to play Giant. So that could help me get the Ox out that I want. Like, especially playing like Land Agent, Landscape Gardener together might be pretty good. We're going to go for 2 wood over 2 clay since we don't know when sheep is going to come out. So Donba plays Businessman. So Bigfoot is very sad. You really don't ever want to be sitting after the Businessman. And then Luxor is feeling very happy because he wants lots of start player, and if Donba takes start player a bunch of times, then he gets to go on Reedstone Food. I do want to play Sun Hat next round, I agree. Day labor for Bigfoot over 2 clay. It's an interesting move. Donba plays Wormbait and Scorched Earth. So Scorched Earth is the one where you have to pay food for each pasture. And then Wormbait is a card that gives you food whenever you go on plow and fishing. I think Wormbait's probably just a free card. That's my guess. Don't usually see people use it that strongly. But maybe he will. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll go on plow and then fishing next round. Midi Law says stick to the early crop strat. I could do that. The only problem is I don't really have a payoff for it. And in fact, Donba just played Synergizer, which means he wants to go on the plow and field space pretty aggressively. So we'll take, you know what, we'll take 2 reed, because we're going to spend a reed with our Sun Hat. So next action, start player Sun Hat, and then I'll actually first action plow a field, considering Donba with Synergizer is likely to block us. Yeah. So the thing about Landscape Land Agent is I don't have an early payoff for them. Like Pumpkin Trellis is a payoff, but it doesn't have to come early. Like Pumpkin Trellis can come in round 11 and I get just as much out of it. Well, I shouldn't say that. Definitely the earlier you fence, the better. But I'd rather focus my early wood on building wood rooms. Early trellis gives you fences for animals. It does. Yep. That is 100% true, but I need a way to use those animals, which I don't have yet. Luxor saw large sun hat. I can play. I'm thinking about the 6 wood, but you know what? I can play it here. If 6 wood comes to me, I get 6 wood. Great. If 6 wood doesn't come to me, then I go on plow. Also, this Kelp Gatherer is pretty good for Luxor as well, especially considering we have Synergizer plowing early, so probably Donbo will go on fishing fairly often. So we'll plow a field. What will our last move be? Probably 3 food, fishing, or traveling players. So we'll take wood and then food, most likely. I'll do 2 wood actions if they're both available. You know what? I think I would do food over wood. Although I guess it depends on the build-a-room situation. I'm the front runner. I'm going to get a 3 wood action here. I'll be able to build the first room in round 4. But I won't have to use my first action to do it. Not likely. The only time I would is if Bigfoot start players into Reedstone Food. Or into 2 Reed. That would be the only time I'd have to rush it out. We also saw Carpenter out there. So looking for people to play Carpenter before they build their own rooms. Yeah, I'm still not 100% committed to a big wealthy man play, but it's definitely an option. Definitely. Yeah, landing net for Bigfoot. So yeah. So might go for 2 Reed, might go for Reedstone Food. So I probably will have to use my first action to build a room. Midilal says you could try to go for Powerhouse. Mayor candidate gets you 2 stone. Yep, that's true. That's definitely true. Donbug goes for fishing with his worm bait. Makes a ton of sense. I do have a guest. You're right. Luxor plays Cactus Farmer plus Bookshelf. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. And Luxor gets a stable. Some very strong starts over here. I'm actually quite impressed. And then we have Bigfoot going for the 2 read, 2 food action. So if I want to build the first room, I have to do it here, and I think I will. I'm happy, this round I'm happy doing build room into 4 clay. That's a fine sequence. Yeah, I could Mayor Candidate, but I think if I take clay, then I can play some different miners. Luxor plays art director. This is a pretty late art director. You usually see that as the first occupation. I can get the well that way. That's true. I guess what I'm thinking about is in the event that family growth comes round 7, I'm playing 3 miners. So if I could hold off on wealthy man until I've gotten my family growth out, like there's a very likely possibility that I play 2 more miners before I grow, or 2 more miners in the process of growing. So I think holding off on those on wealthy man to get points from those miners, I think makes a lot of sense. I do like Powerhouse Mayor Candidate. I think it's a neat combo. I think the wealthy man is worth something as well, though. And 4 clay is not an awful option. If my actions here were all bad, I would definitely think about it more, but I think 4 clay is fine. Feed 4. There's family growth. That works pretty nicely. So yeah, so now with family growth, I'll have a ton of actions in round 6 and 7. Especially round 6, I should have 4 actions, including plow. So that's a time where powering up my powerhouse definitely seems like it would be worth it. Especially considering the first fireplace has not been built yet. That'll actually make a big difference in what I do. So we've got Bigfoot here, building a room. Oh, that's too bad. That means I'm forced to first action grow. If he didn't build a room here, which he didn't have to, I could do something else. Yeah. Grow into fireplace cooking hearth, I think is, if I could do that, that's best case scenario. And you know what? It's actually pretty, no, I think it's reasonable. Although Bigfoot looking like he's going to take the sheep with those 2 stables. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. He's probably going for the sheep. But if he takes the sheep here, there will be 2 sheep available in round 7. And I do have Dolly's mother. And it's an improvement towards Wealthy Man. So there's definitely some options here. For now, I will play something that's free. Let's play Gold Medal. Let's mark Vegetable. Maybe not the best considering synergizers here, and we've already got Kelp Gatherer in play, but I mean, if I don't get four points from vegetables, then I'm in an awful spot. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything else that I'm definitely gonna get 4 of, so. Five clay looking good, yep. Yeah, like if 3 wood comes all the way around, start player into 6 wood is also looking amazing. Like Luxor here might take the 3 wood, but who knows? Okay, 3 wood is taken, and the clay was taken as well. So I can play an occupation here and give up on my Wealthy Man, and I think that is what I'm going to do. I can still go for the fireplace, yeah. I wouldn't go for fireplace though, I'd go for cooking hearth. But I think at this point, since I had round 5 family growth, probably not worth it to hold out to play a bunch more improvements for Wealthy Man. I think at this point it's better just to start playing my occupations, which are good actions. Because like if you look at this board here, there's no great actions available for me. Like Mayor Candidate for 2 wood, 2 stone is far and away the best action on the board. So that's what I'm thinking about. I just gave Bigfoot cooking hearth. Yeah, but I don't see what the problem with that is. Like, I can get a cooking hearth as well. And in fact, I did not do that because Bigfoot just played Prosecutor. And his second action is going to be to Family Growth. Yeah, I think going for the 5 stone, I think that's a good plan. Taking 2 stone in round 7. So just need to make sure I feed properly in this upcoming harvest. So we'll plow here. I don't know if Donpa is all that likely to plow in this round, but he might, so I'll plow. Not great. So one of the problems with large sun hat for sure is because it's the rounds are so well defined, it's definitely possible for you to get blocked. And so then because of that, you end up having to do some maybe suboptimal actions. So like I'm not getting a full extra action because I had to give up part of my first action. So, you know, it's not quite a gain in like if a minor improvement is half an action, it's not quite gain an action and a half. It's probably more like gain an action for a read, which is okay. But the thing is, usually you have to spend an action taking the read, so So Steamer for Bigfoot for free. Not crazy about Steamer as a card. And then Donba plays with his Businessman, Start Player Muddy Bog, and Cooking Hearth. Sure. So I'm looking at expensive occupation, 3 wood, fishing, all those actions. And in fact, I have 3 actions in a row here. So first move, I think we're doing expensive occupation, 3 wood, and fishing. Yeah, I think that's our sequence. So I'll play Powerhouse here, because I get the food back from it. And then I'll do 3 wood, so then I'm not passing 6 wood to anyone. Then I'll take fishing, and I get an extra food from fishing. And then F Powerhouse. So I have, going to round 7, I've got 6 food already in my supply. I can still get, I can still play an occupation, but if I do so, I have to make sure I get food as well. I would buy Cooking Hearth as the first action. Yeah, I guess it blocks Bigfoot pretty strongly, eh? So like there is 4 wood available. 4 wood is a great action. There is 6 clay. 6 clay is a great action. Oh, I don't have enough clay to build Cooking Hearth. You need 5 clay to get there. Bigfoot needs the clay as well, actually, to build it. Pretty sure we're taking 2 stone, but I don't think we need to do it with this action. 6 clay is good, but I think 4 wood is better. So I think 4 wood, 6 clay, 2 stone, something like that. Six clay is rent a fireplace in a room. I think with how much wood I have and with pumpkin trellis, I'm happy building another wood room. I don't think I need to build clay rooms. Carpenter for Donba. Like with Reno and then building a room, I need 3 clay, whereas with wood room, I only need 2, or sorry, not 3 clay, 3 reed. With building a wood room, I only need 2 reed, which I can get next round, so. Luxor plays baking tray. So looking like Luxor's probably going to go for the stone oven, maybe the clay oven as well. Well, I'm probably taking start player to get 6 wood, I guess. So if I'm doing that, I may as well play stone tongs, I think. Oh, Bigfoot still has 2 moves. Whoops, I totally missed that. Well, I'm pretty sure Bigfoot's moves are Reed Stone Food and then Reno, Cooking Hearth. I actually think my moves are pretty safe. Although he might do 3 wood and then regular Cooking Hearth, not on Reno. Those are options. Keep stables in mind for Lady of the Manor. Ooh, Lady of the Manor I totally forgot about. Thanks for that reminder. So plus a stone. Feed 6. Yeah, so now I should be using Powerhouse for 2 food per round for the rest of the game, as long as I can. Midilal says, if you get Trellis by the end of the next stage, you are set for the win, and I think you can. That's an interesting... So you're thinking, go for that. Yeah, the thing is I need to set up my feeding engine still. And I'm pretty sure my feeding engine wants to be a cooking hearth. Although that's seeming a little less likely considering there's one cooking hearth. One has disappeared already. Like, I wonder if I should maybe do something with Resource Dealer instead. I think, so okay, what I'm thinking about here is Occupation Resource Dealer into Cooking Hearth, and then building, and then I can use the Resource Dealer resources to build a room, and then the stone and clay can be used for Cooking Hearth, Stone Oven, or Pottery, or Clay Oven, Stone Oven, or Pottery, any of those three. Something like that. I do have Powerhouse for now, yeah, but Powerhouse is not going to be enough once I've grown again. I mean, it's even now it's insufficient. Oh, Bigfoot gets to read, so that's kind of a problem because Bigfoot gets to grow and build, but he has to wait because Donbug gets to grow twice in a row. So Bigfoot doesn't grow until round 10, so if I built and grew again, it would not be until round 11. So don't really have a huge pressure on that. Yeah. Too late, Doe Academy. It's already gone. Luxor, this is probably start player Stone Oven, I would think. Oh, actually, he can Cactus Farm if he goes on Major Minor. Ooh, I would like that, because then Bigfoot can't build the Cooking Hearth upgrade. Yeah. Okay, so what did I say I was doing here? Resource deal? Oh, I should put the resources out on the board. I forgot about that. Land agent into vegetable. I think I want to build the cooking hearth before I do the land agent combo. I think I need to have access to the 2 boar in round 10 or the 3 sheep. I think I need more animals first. But I am at the point where I want to start playing an occupation every round. Like I want land agent next round and then probably landscape gardener round 10. So that I can pumpkin trellis round 11 on family growth. If I could do that, something like that, that would be quite strong. Muddy Waters for Damba. Sure. Bread machine. Okay. Dampa's the one with bread machine. And then my move. I think I do Reedstone food actually. I'm still start player. Bigfoot just took the sheep. I'm gonna need food next round. So I could take fishing. Fishing's not great, but it does work. I think Reedstone food is okay. I could reno well and keep powerhouse. Would clear the entire resource dealer. Unfortunately, no, because the reno and then the major minor are two separate actions. Like the renovation comes first, and then you play the well. Like those are two distinct moves, unfortunately. Or else, yeah, it would be kind of cool. Would make it a lot stronger card for sure if you could reno and improvement with the same thing and then just pay all the resources together. The Bigfoot was Seed Seller, so Steamer makes a little bit more sense now. I thought Steamer was kind of random. And then we have Absinthe for Luxor. Nice card. The fact that he sits in front of me means it's probably unlikely I ever get any of the food from it. Oh, FF power. I think I first action Cooking Hearth here, just to get it done with, and then I can and then I'm threatening second action build a room. So if Bigfoot wants room, he has to do it with his first move, and then Donba's forced to family growth. So then only Luxor gets an action between me and him. So using Cooking Hearth for my first action just doesn't hurt me that much. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't think Bigfoot sees what I can do with Resource Dealer. So I'll get to grow in round 10 again, which I'm happy about. So yeah, I'll build a room. And how many stables? Do I build 4 stables? That puts me down to 1 wood only, which means for Pumpkin Trellis, I would have to take wood before I could play it. Yeah, I mean, I'll want to take wood anyways, so I think it's probably a fine move. So I take these 2. Oh, it'll actually leave me at 2 wood. So pay 5 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. D4B. Well, I mean, I could use the wood for something like joinery. But yeah, that's true. I do have Mayor Candidate in hand. But I can dump excess wood into Pumpkin Trellis. Like, Pumpkin Trellis doesn't do all my wood for me. I do want to spend my stone at some point. Yes, I do. That's a good observation. Start player Stone X for Bigfoot. So last action fishing if it comes around. Otherwise, traveling players, day laborer, both options. 3, I guess boar is better than those moves. Land agent is better than those moves. Because land agent, I can just eat the vegetable and then I can start going on one vegetable. I would just need 6 wood to fence 12 or 9 for fence 15. Yes. I think I probably want to fence 15 if I can. But probably I just do one more wood action before I play pumpkin trellis. So if I get to 5, then I'm fencing 14 or whatever. I'm fencing however much I want to. Mariska says I should have a clay less on resource dealer. Oh, you're right. Yeah, stone, clay, stone. Yeah, I'm thinking of resource seller, not resource dealer. Thank you, Mariska. Four pastures is necessary, yeah. But I mean, I only have to hit. Like any wood action gets me to 4 pastures. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't see how I get there and not have that happen. Fish plus a food. And feed 6 FF power. Mariska makes a great point that focusing on Lady of the Manor too much is not good because the person won't play it unless they can beat me. Or at least tie. The other thing is they don't know about pumpkin trellis, so maybe they'll think that they can beat me without pumpkin trellis. Midi Law says family growth, land agent, vegetable. That's an option for sure. Yeah. Definitely family growth. What else I do beyond that is a bit more up in the air. It would be nice to get like 2 boar. 2 boar would be pretty nice. Although I probably would just end up eating the boar. So I mean 6 food is probably necessary. I'll need the food to play occupations. I think my next couple of moves are as focused as they can be on getting the pumpkin trellis. I agree with that. Getting the pumpkin trellis up and running. Should also play well. 7 stone is Reno plus well. Yeah, I like that. I think that'll come a bit later though. I actually could build a stone room because I have 7 stone in my supply and 2 stone from my resource dealer. So I could maybe make something work where I go for a stone. Like I could use the top stone for Reno and then use the clay for cheese fondue, and then you have another stone available for building a room. So I could potentially build a 5th room. That would be a way to use my stone as well. Bigfoot first action builds. Bigfoot builds 2 stables. Definitely thinking about Lady of the Manor. Yeah, hopefully the reed goes up to 3. If I can get 3 reed next round, that would be nice. I only need 2 if all I do is reno twice more, but I think the third will give me a bit more flexibility about if I want to Basket Maker's Workshop or build a room. Family growth dough into stone oven is also okay. Yeah, the only thing is I can't bake the dough unless I can't bake the dough unless I'm actually baking a grain at the same time. Like, I'll play the dough either way, but I can't actually use the food from it until I can't bake it until later. And there is no stone oven. It's gone. It's gone. I don't know why Luxor didn't build a cooking hearth. Seems unusual with all that vegetable sitting in his supply. I would love to be able to, but you know what? I'm looking at the board. There's going to be a ton of food available for me next round. 6 food from sheep, 8 food from cattle. I think I take 3 wood here over occupation. Yes, I think I do. I can build the well and still have 5 stone in supply. Yes, I can. But I'm gonna push out my vegetable trellis. I think that's what I'm doing here. Vegetable trellis above all else. And then build whatever majors come back to me. Domba gets the well. Yeah, Domba's in a nice spot, except that his fencing is awful. But there is Hide Farmer in the game, so if Domba has Hide Farmer, that goes a long way to making up for that. No, definitely land agent over manual vegetable. Yeah, definitely land agent. Because what I want to do is I want to do land agent into vegetable into landscape gardener into pumpkin trellis. First pick, land agent. Boom. So good compared to Synergizer. FF power. No, I got 4 actions next round. I'm fine. I've got 8 food available from 2 cattle, 6 food available from 2 sheep, from 3 sheep. I can easily eat the vegetable that I harvest off of my pumpkin trellis. Like, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Even if it was 4, I could still eat the 2 vegetable that I harvest off of the pumpkin trellis fields. Like, I have cooking hearth, don't forget. Pretty sure this move is 2 cattle. No, I think I'd rather sow with Landscape Gardener. I can, but I need to actually be baking. So Midilal says you can bake dough in a cooking hearth. Yes, you can, but you need to be baking a grain already. You can't just bake the dough. You have to already eat a vegetable or be eating a grain. Yeah, I don't want to be baking my grain. I agree. Yeah. I want to avoid that if I can. And if I could let my cattle breed, that would be nice as well. These guys are starting to snap up the wood actions. Makes a lot of sense. VG, indicating that I'm going to sow, so I'm pretty sure Bigfoot will respond by sowing with this move. Oh, well is gone. Hey, let's spam our Play Ag Wells in chat. Where's HIKLJ and Doe Academy? Let's see those well emotes. Thamba plays Clay Tablet. Sure. I assume this is on Start Player. Yeah, because playing Chimney as well. Yep. So with the businessman. He had a lot of good miners to play. A lot of free ones. I guess I passed some good miners because I was trying to do the other ones. Oh yeah. Look at Doe Academy's wells. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look, so doing something that gets him an extra wood. Oh, traveling players, yeah. I need to start renovating soon, otherwise my 7 stone will kill me. Yep, I agree. I'm not too worried about it though, because 2 players are in clay already. Yes, landscape gardener, very nice. It's definitely good for me. And then I'm gonna follow up with an even better card. This is Bigfoot on family growth. Yeah, farm school. Yeah, with landscape gardener, this card would have been really good. I maybe should have taken farm school. Oh, but it was in the same pack as pumpkin trellis. So what am I saying? No, I was fine not to take it, I think. So the only question is, how do I feed here? Do I eat 2 vegetables or do I eat a vegetable and a cattle? I think I probably don't mind taking vegetable one more time for another grain. Okay, so pumpkin trellis gives me 9 free fences, and I have another 2 wood in my supply, so I can fence 11 here. So I'll fence like that. And then I think I eat 2 vegetables. So 2 food. 2 vegetables, and then breed my cattle. And Bigfoot plays Harvester. Ah, interesting. So the value of plow sow just went up a huge amount. Huge amount. And actually with my landscape gardener is really happy. So I really want plow sow. Either in round 13 or round 14. Doesn't really matter which round it comes in. Well, I could start player here, but I don't have anything to start player with. So I think I can gamble that I get start player in round 14. Yeah, Damba might family growth, although Damba might start player as well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do here. To get round 4, yeah, I do need to Reno. Yes, I do need to Reno. 4 read is certainly making it more appealing to take it for sure with Basketmaker's Workshop available. Oh, Bigfoot goes for the read. Feels bad, man. That's a shame. Especially because now Reedstone Food is awkward for me to take because it increases the number of stone on my farm. Yeah, this is kind of scary. I do have Giant in hand. Actually, you know what? I'm not worried. I can double Reno round 14 thanks to Giant. I'm not worried at all. Alright, let's play Cheese Fondue. I'll need to go on vegetable in order for this to be a good action, but I think it should be fine. So first pick Harvester for Bigfoot, I think. I don't think I passed it. I would have definitely remembered that. So hopefully Luxor does not take vegetable. I don't see any reason why they would. They're taking fence 15. Good. I'll take a vegetable and a grain. Oh. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Plow sow in round 13. I'm going to harvest the last vegetables off 2 of my fields. Darn. So if I plow sow, I mean, Bigfoot is several actions away from the harvester bonus. So is Donba. Donba needs a plow as well. So maybe just nobody's getting harvester. I mean, Luxor would get it. So Luxor would definitely start player. So if Luxor start player, then he could plow sow, and then I could sow bake. And that would be fine. I'm a clay short for Reno too. Yeah, I just need to pay. I need to use something that for stone, and then it's fine. Or I take clay and build the pottery, which I'm fine with either of those moves. Okay, Bigfoot plays Occupation Immigrant Son. Okay, so if Bigfoot plows, then plays an occupation in the harvest, and then plow sows. So yeah, he can get to the harvester, but he would have to start player first action and then get a plow back. I could take Dolly's mother, sheep Dolly's mother, and then start player Dolly's mother first action next round. That's an option. Or I could play giant here. One, two. So this, I would only have four. Yeah, no, that's not enough. I didn't quite do this right. Village elder for Damba. Wow, he had a lot of occupations. So he'll probably go for the pottery. So that means I should not count on getting the pottery. So then how am I going to use my stone? I wanted to use it to reno. I said I'm thinking. Holy crap. Yeah, you are planning round 13. I have a bunch of bad actions though. One sheep, two clay. I could first action. Oh my god, he's pinging me now. Averaging 21 seconds. That's fast. Fast enough. He is faster than me, but not by much. More than 1 minute. This is an important action. I have to ignore chat. They're distracting me. Ignore the chat in here. Yeah, sheep and then start player. Yeah. It is. Yeah, I could do that for sure. Because the only way these guys get harvester is if they get plow sow. Yeah. I think sheep into Dolly's mother. So this is like really not great, but I think it's okay. FF power. Yeah. I think harvester might make it good enough that this is maybe playable. I don't know. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need 2 read to get my double reno. I need to take clay. Or use the stone on resource seller somehow. Resource dealer somehow. 2 read, take clay to double reno, play giant, play harvester, feed all the while, end up with 4 vegetables in my supply at the end of the game. I've got a lot to do. I didn't pass anything that gives Bigfoot a sow, did I? I don't think so. Okay, so Baking grain is actually very high value here because of cheese fondue, which is pretty interesting. So what Bigfoot has to do is Bigfoot has to plow a field, or Bigfoot has to play an occupation and plow with Immigrant Son, and then play an occupation in the harvest, and then sow bake first action. So that means Domba just plowed, so there's no way for Luxor to get the harvester bonus as far as I can tell. Okay, so now I can think about the rest of the game. So I think I take clay here. Giant into Reedstone food ×2. The problem with that is it gives me 2 extra stone. I think I want to play giant in the last round because these guys will see that I'm setting up to Reno and then not set up to Reno themselves. I'm hoping that's what happens. Although then Donba just does Reedstone food. Well, Donba needs 1 more stone to get to a stone house. Bigfoot needs stone. Or no, Bigfoot's ready to Reno. So the question is Luxor, if Luxor shows that he's going to Reno or not. If Luxor doesn't show that he's going to Reno, then that'll be something. He gets a clay. Okay, so Luxor's going to Reno as well. But Bigfoot has to first action sow bake. So Reno should come back to me. So I think I can take 1 clay here. What is this? Educated sheep. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Now I might giant 1 reed here. I think I take occupation giant and then 1 reed. Let's see, someone might block the 1 read action, but if they do, it's part of the game. Then I'll play Fireplace Pottery or something like that. Donba's not quite ready to Reno. Bigfoot plays Occupation Basket Maker. Oh, of course, he needed to get the occupation out. Yes, or else he can't get the harvester bonus. I forgot about that aspect. Yeah, so then we should see Reno here from Donba or from Luxor, hopefully. Luxor, show me Reno. I guess if Donba doesn't take stone, Donba can't Reno. Okay, so, yeah, so makes sense for him. Alright, well, let's see how this last harvest goes, how this last round goes. This is kind of a crazy game. I'll eat cattle and 4 food, and then power 2. Oh, and I get to breed my sheep thanks to Dolly's mother. Thanks, Stowe Academy. Yeah, I think probably double Renault Pottery is better than is probably better than Plowsow here. Let's count the points. So Harvester. Okay, so if I Plowsow, I get a 2-point plow. I get another 2 points from grain. So okay, 2 points from plow, 2 points from grain, 3 points from vegetable. That's 7 plus the harvester bonus 10. Now I can get more stuff from my vegetable just from a sow bake action or from a vegetable action. So I should look at harvest. I think I should look at plow. So like a 7-point action because it gets me harvester, a field, and more grain, 2 more grain. Whereas double Renault Pottery is 8 points from the Renault, 2 points for the pottery, plus 6 points because it gets rid of 6 negative points from stone. So yeah, I think actually double renovating over plow sow is probably better. I do still have 1 stone left over, but that's fine. I'm not worried about 1 stone left over. 1 negative point is not a big deal. So does Damba take stone here? Damba does take 1 stone. Yep. Bigfoot does not play an occupation. Wow. Well, I believe this move is forced here. I think I have to do it. So clay, Renault, pottery, and then go to stone. I think that move's just forced. I think it's worth too many points for me not to do it. Plow sow is so important, but I think I can't do it. Yeah, I'm surprised Luxor didn't Reno in round 14 or round 13. Said he was hungry. So yeah, so Bigfoot gets his big plow sow for his harvester points. Yep. So bake might come back. 6 wood and then joinery. Boar is better than that sequence, I think. Boar and vegetable, I think, are better than that. So I'm tied on Village Elder right now with Damba, which is nice. How many points is so worth? It's worth quite a bit, isn't it? Compared to boar. I mean, both actions are good. Boar or so my actions here are sow, boar, family growth. Yeah, I think I sow here. So like that, and then I can eat sheep. Do I bake here? Maybe I should bake here. Bake 1 into 5. Yeah. I've never had fondue's food be relevant, which is kind of funny. So I can eat a raw grain for my 8th food, or I can eat a sheep for to get to 9 food. Both are fine. Unfortunately, no harvester for me. So 2 boar or family growth are the best moves that could come back. And Bigfoot just took wood, so it's possible. Especially if Luxor is still hungry. Nope. Last move. Sheep are points. Clay are points. Yeah. What does educated sheep get me? Stable, no. Grain. Grain is okay. Grain and 2 food. That's not any better than just taking clay. But you know what? I'll take sheep because it's more points for my opponents. And breed 1 and breed 1. And I can harvest, eat a raw grain. Defeat 8. And then I get -1 from my mare candidate. I get a point from dough. Whoops. Dough, pumpkin trellis, cheese fondue, Dolly's mother. Look at all those unused spaces. So ugly. I am tied on Village Elder at the moment, but we might see Donba move ahead of me. Probably depends on if he thinks I'm his biggest opponent or not. Oh, gold medal. Yeah. Thank you. Forgot about gold medal. That is an ugly game. Ugly! Look at all these ugly farms. 3 rooms, no renovations. All these negative points. Everyone ended up with a bunch of negatives. This is a weird game. Weird game. Oh well, considering I first picked Land Agent, I'm feeling pretty happy about it. Considering how much competition there was with Harvester, Synergizer, everything. Yeah, ended up okay. Maybe forcing the Wealthy Man was not good. So maybe I drafted Wealthy Man a little too early. And then I passed up on maybe some good cards like, I don't know, Bread Machine or whatever. Not that Bread Machine's worth that much for me, but... Lord of the Manor. For Luxor. So, is that a 2-point Lord of the Manor? 3 points, I guess. Pastures, fields, vegetable. So I have whatever I score plus 5 at the moment, unless Domba plays one more improvement. Luxor says, very sad I had double SP round 12 and round 13. Well, it's not like you didn't have an option to start player yourself. Like round 12, I did it pretty late round 12, didn't I? Okay, looks like I get Village Elder bonus as well. So 3, 6, 9, so whatever I score plus 8. So 45 here, not great. But you know what? No one did that great, so we'll see. We'll see how the points end up. Bigfoot gets Harvester, and 1 point for Boundary Stones, and 1 point for Stone Axe, and 1 point for Farm Stable. Donba gets 7, Village Elder and Gelder, and then Bread Machine, Muddy Water. So yeah, it looks like that should be enough for the win for Donba. Yeah. 51. Oh, by quite a bit. Oh, he's got the 4-point Scorched Earth. I forgot about that. Yeah, right. Scorched Earth. So I lost by 6. Yeah. I mean, that's the difference of getting the Harvester out, realistically. That's the difference there. That's 5 points on its own. Gelder is underrated. Gelder sucks. It's not that good. Yeah, Bigfoot 43. Yeah. And 44 for Luxor. So I ended up in second, but by a pretty large margin to Domba. Yeah. The only 2 plows I got all game were from Large Sun Hat, which is kind of funny. And then my resource dealer didn't end up quite doing what I wanted it to do. So yeah. Not too bad. I think spending the stone earlier would have had you the game. If you can double Reno and plow so with Giant, you win. Yeah. Yeah, like even if I can get even if I can get round 13, even if I can get round 14 first action plow so and then Reno comes back, that would be big. Like, and that's not unheard of. It was unfortunate that Luxor left his Reno open to the end of the game. I thought he would Reno in round 13, and then if he Renos round 13, then Bigfoot is sitting in a position where he has to choose between Reno and getting the Harvester bonus, and then I don't mind gambling, taking plow so, gambling that he will so bake and that Reno will come back. I can do something like that. Donba says, just keep passing me Gelder. I'm glad you like Gelder, but I don't think it's that good. It's like you're doing a bunch of one animal actions, which sure, like it makes your one animal actions better, but okay. Like, the thing is, Gelder, it's like, it's 4 bonus points. But imagine you had just gotten 2 extra points from each of, or 1 extra point from each of your animal actions. Like, he took cattle twice, 1 cattle twice and 1 boar twice, or something like that. So, imagine if you had taken 2 boar and 2 cattle with each of those moves. Well, then you'd end up with another 2 points from your cattle and another 1 point from your boar. So you ended up getting only 1 point more than you would have otherwise. And then Gelder is really just like a 4 stone action, and it's like, okay, you used an occupation to get a 4 stone action, which is fine. Yeah, I think he's overrating it. Like 2 to 3 victory points in almost every game. Okay, but it's 2 to 3 victory points, presuming that you're not getting points that you could have otherwise. Because if you take 2 boar, you don't activate your Gelder, but you get an extra point there. So, like, there's whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yeah, so I mean, I'm losing a point on Mayor Candidate, and I'm losing a bunch of points from my fields, or from my empty spaces, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I still end up with 45. I end up in second, which is not awful, but yeah. Just missing a little bit. Just a little bit of extra. Yeah, there's a lot more that could be gotten out of this game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I think that's all for me for today. Don't really feel like playing another one. I will play... Nah, thanks to Academy, I don't think I will. I'll probably stream... When will I stream next? Maybe Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, but if not any of those days, definitely on Saturday. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. I need to start working on other stuff, so thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.